So the book of Genesis traces the descent of the ancestors of the people of Israel from the beginning of the world down to the 12 sons of Jacob, with the eponyms, who were the eponyms, which means like they have the same names as the 12 tribes, and to their immediate descendants. The story of these ancestors is carried down to the descent of Jacob and his family into Egypt, and ends with the death of Joseph. So we'll get into that part in which Joseph is sold as a slave, and then he becomes kind of like he interprets some dreams for the Pharaoh, and then he becomes like his main advisor, and that allows his whole family to go into Egypt when the famine is hitting their land. And then in Egypt is where Genesis ends, and then Exodus will begin when Israel has settled there with their people, and then now they become slaves of Egypt. The main theme of the book of Genesis is to narrate how the family of Jacob came to be the progenitors of the one race which God chose out of all the nations of the earth to be his own. Cain, the firstborn of Adam, was reprobated by God, and the blessing of God then rested on Seth and his descendants. But they too corrupted their ways and were visited by the punishment of the flood. Noah, the just man of his generation, was saved by his descendants, but his descendants did not remain free from guilt, and the Semites were singled out by God for his special favor. But even among the Semites, many fell away from God, who finally chose Abraham and his line as the recipients of his favors. With Abraham, God entered into a covenant, which he renewed with Isaac and with Jacob. The way is thus prepared for the central fact from which the Old Testament takes its name, the covenant solemnly entered into with the people of Israel. So that's the gist of it.